The reason you're seeing this poorly lit psychopath quality video is that I just wanted to say this video is messy. I just want to get that out of the way real quick here. So if you think while you're watching this, hey, this is all over the place, you're not alone. I had a lot of trouble getting this video done for some reason. I just couldn't get the idea flowing properly. So yeah, I won't subject you to this anymore, and the video will just start. I'm not sleep deprived. I just always have bags, and my bed's a mess because I just didn't make it today. I'm not a psychopath. I need to shave. Whatever. During the Battlefield 5 beta, I wasn't able to capture as much footage as I would like because my internet was constantly crapping out. This had an upside and a downside. The upside is that I called my ISP and I was like, hey, my internet's shit, and they realized that I was actually paying way too much for too low of speeds, and so they increased my speed, lowered the cost, which was great. I'm now able to live stream, which is the point of this intro, as I'm saying, hey guys, I live stream now on YouTube here, so if you see me live, come by, ask questions, tell me about your day, hang out. I would love to hear from you guys, donate, share the stream, make me famous, I want money. But there was also a downside to this whole internet thing that happened during that beta, as I wasn't able to capture a lot of footage, and I was kind of distracted by my ping occasionally like skyrocketing, so the gameplay here is not very good and there isn't that much of it, so you might have already seen this gameplay. But yeah, the upside is the I stream thing, and you can come by and ask questions and hang out. That's the fun part. I wanted to talk about my main concern with Battlefield 5 briefly here, because like I said in my previous Black Ops 4 video, is I'm kind of pressed for time and I have a lot of stuff going on right now, so I'm sorry that my current videos and my next couple of videos might seem short and rushed. Things will level out soon, and the Battlefield 5 rush of videos will be coming soon, because I am going to pick it up at launch, because I do want to add more variety to my channel. And I do want something I can tear into, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, whether it's like a good tearing or a bad tearing, you know, we'll see. But I want to talk about why I love Battlefield 3, 4, and Hardline. I've said this before on my channel, but I wanted to reiterate it in this context. Battlefield 3, 4, and Hardline, as much as I love Bad Company 1 and 2 and the classic Battlefield games, 3, 4, and Hardline were a lot of fun. In spite of every one of their flaws, every balance issue, tech issue, map design issue, just gameplay problems that I have with it, the reason I love those games is how much they gave me this feeling that I could do whatever I wanted. Whether I was squatting up with all my friends, whether I was playing by myself, whether I wanted to go hardcore and do really well and play the objective and help my team and get a lot of kills and top the leaderboard, or I just wanted to chill out and sit on my ass and snipe from a hill somewhere. The sheer amount of variety in weapons, gadgets, loadouts, vehicle loadouts, and the way the maps are designed just really allows a lot of replayability. Now, if you're strictly an objective player who just tries to kill the enemy team and get as many points as possible, that's fine. Battlefield has always catered to that player. But what my problem was with Battlefield 1 and my problem with the Battlefield 5 beta was that they really just wanted to incentivize you playing the objective as hard as you can. Battlefield 5 went one step further by pushing you to play the objective without all of the weird frills and thrills of Battlefield 3, 4, and Hardline with their crazy map designs and large variety of gadgets, but also heavily relying on your team. My problem is as a player who enjoyed Battlefield for how welcome it made me feel no matter when I was playing it, at what times, with how many people, I felt so welcome. Battlefield 1 made me feel unwelcome, and Battlefield 5's beta made me feel even more unwelcome. The game felt like it was telling me, you need to bring people that are going to give you health and ammo. You need to have friends that are playing this with you. You need to be playing the objective. You need to go here. You need to go there. Don't go off by yourself. And that wears on me pretty quick, especially from the franchise that broke off the chains that other shooters had put on me. Coming from games like Call of Duty and Halo, Battlefield was such a breath of fresh air, and it remains to be that way to this day when I hop back on Battlefield 3, 4, and Hardline. The high-octane, competitive nature of games like COD and Rainbow Six Siege, games like Counter-Strike, or even some of my milsim games that I play on my computer occasionally, like Red Orchestra or Squad, they seem like they're constantly forcing me into winning, and that's okay. I like that Call of Duty is shit on or get shit on. I like that Halo is you either got it or you don't. I like that Rainbow Six Siege is you either know what you're doing or you don't. Whereas Battlefield, yes, it has those elements, and that's what made the game so great, is that if you were good, the game was not mean to you. The game really valued your ability to win gunfights, pilot helicopters, tanks, LAVs, boats, sniping, LMGs, whatever it might be. The game really did value your ability to get better. And that's really, punctuated by the skill cannons. Yes, you might want a P226 or a CZ75 on your side in Battlefield 4, but if you really knew what you were doing, if you were quick, decisive, and accurate, guns like the 44 Magnum or the Deagle would be way better if you were accurate, because you could pop somebody so quickly with those guns. It valued your skill, and it valued you because you could play with however many people you wanted, whatever you wanted, however you wanted. Was it better to play with a team? Yes. Are you gonna lose more matches if your teammates are bad in previous Battlefield games? Of course. But for me personally, I never felt limited. There's some debate as to whether or not the customization and variety in Battlefield 3, 4, and Hardline even count, because some guns aren't competitively viable and other guns are kind of clones of other guns. But I still enjoy switching to a less powerful gun or a gun that's sort of like another gun in order to, have a different experience. I mean, yes, if you're more tryhardish, if you're more competitively and objectively minded, then something like Battlefield 1 will really suit you. But for me personally, I fell in love with Battlefield for its release of my chains. I don't want to play a Battlefield game that, forces people into objective play and makes sure that they're playing to the best of their ability. I don't really want that. The idea of a Battlefield game being more strict with what you can and can't do actually sounds awful. Forcing me to work with my teammates, having maps that are basically just pathways between objectives, just doesn't feel as fun. It doesn't feel as exciting. I mean, Battlefield 4's map design really started to wear on me with the amount of verticality, especially now when I play it. It's all I can think about is how everybody is so eager to get on top of one building. It's upsetting sometimes. It's frustrating. It ruins the flow in a lot of ways. But they're able to. It makes it fun because it's not Halo, it's not Call of Duty, it's not Rainbow Six Siege, it's not a milsim. It's not about being your best and being the best teammate. Now, that being said, do I like the idea of them encouraging team play? Yes. Do I like playing with a squad and trying hard and, just really going ham on objectives? Yes, I haven't been able to do that in a while. But there's the thing. Battlefield has always facilitated good teamwork and objective play already. It already did that. We really don't need to go back. Reinvent the series as a more fast-paced, objective-based, team-based game when the game was already striking a great balance between being able to be a casual goof-off and a try-hard OBJ player. Whereas it feels like Battlefield 1 only catered to one side of that spectrum, and that's what I'm concerned about with Battlefield 5. The Battlefield 5 beta made it feel like I had to play with a teammate. I had to be pushing the objectives. Whereas in Battlefield 4, yeah, being a tryhard that's helping your team and capturing objectives is really fun and rewarding, but so is, throwing on a weird scope and a suppressor and just trying to pick people off at a distance, or, flank the sides of objectives and just pick people off and retreat back into the shadows or the woods or the buildings. Some of my favorite moments in Battlefield 4 and 3 were just trying to launch shit with C4 and mines, and that's where the community really came together, was how many weird ways can we kill our opponents? It was about going for those long headshots. It was about going for how many mines can we place on this runway and fuck up the enemy team's plane? Can I knock them out of their plane as they're hopping into it? My teammate can cover my bike in C4, and then I can drive it into some snipers, jump off, and my teammate can detonate it. Battlefield was the game that was coming in and just destroying the hell out of Call of Duty, because Call of Duty just felt like a bunch of kids running around with Nerf guns in comparison to flying a jet, jumping out of the jet, aiming at an enemy jet with an RPG, taking out that jet, and then hopping back into yours. Yeah, classic Renazook. And I'm not saying you can't have stupid, crazy fun in Battlefield 1, or that I won't be able to in Battlefield 5, but that's what I love about Battlefield. I love its craziness, I love its variety. And I'm sorry this crappy gameplay has been running in the background, and I'm gonna stop rambling now. All I want to leave you guys with is, didn't Battlefield used to be a bit more fun? I mean, whether you like Hardline or hate it, whatever. Whether you think Battlefield 4 is the best Battlefield ever, an okay Battlefield, or the worst ever, okay. But can we just agree that Battlefield used to be more prominent on YouTube. It used to be the cool game to play. It's starting to just feel like same shit, different hat. Whereas like everybody's like expecting that from Call of Duty, but I want something more from Battlefield. And it was always giving me more. It gave me variety. It gave me a sandbox and a toy box and said go nuts. I miss feeling like something was only in Battlefield. I miss there being something that felt like that. Because Battlefield 1 didn't give me an only in Battlefield feeling. It gave me a big clusterfuck, shitty gunplay, terrible post-launch content, and terrible dev support feeling. And if you want to defend Battlefield 1, fine. But all I'm gonna say is that DICE's track record with Battlefield 1, Battlefront 2, and Battlefront 1 over the last 3 years should leave a sour taste in a lot of our mouths, because they just lost their player bases. I don't care what a commercial success they were and how many games they sold. It was easier for me to find hardline servers on Xbox One compared to Battlefield 1 servers. I thought Battlefield 1 was supposed to be like the best shooter of 2016, and Battlefield Hardline was supposed to be one of the worst shooters ever made. And yet, I don't know. Same thing happened with Titanfall 2. I couldn't find Titanfall 2 matches, but I could find Infinite Warfare matches. I could find Battlefield Hardline matches, but not Battlefield 1 matches. It's like the player base just wanted to slowly kill itself. And hell, we've all been to the point where we want to kill ourselves because of boredom. See you when I see you guys. Goodbye. This video was so fucking messy. I got through it though. 5th take. It's such a complicated thing for me. I don't know why it's so hard.